Hey folks, Alex here. I'm not alone today though.
Joined by Ben. I'm here. We're ready to do some discussion. This is going
We
to be the
sure
first
are.
episode of our Orange Mango movie nights.
Yep, so
We're going to be doing some discussion about, uh, yeah, about movies. And Alex, do you want to tell them what we're talking about today?
so Ben and I sat down and we went back and forth over text. And after we decided on Mulholland Drive, we found out we had to pay for it. So we watched There Will Be Blood, which is a movie directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, starring Daniel Day-Lewis and Paul Dano. Dano? Paul Dano.
Dano.
Paul
Yeah,
Dano.
Dano. One of the highest, or
Acclaimed.
like, yeah, one of the like oh shit. Okay. Yeah. It's really hyped up. It's like what's one of the greatest 21st century films allegedly.
Or
Maybe
so
I'm
they
giving a little bit
say.
of thoughts away. Um, because I actually think we might have some not contentious argument there, but I think we might disagree a little bit when it comes to that.
I guess we'll find out, won't
Um,
we? So the way
yeah.
we're gonna break this
So we're
down
gonna lead this off.
is, yeah,
Yeah.
go for it. Read off the that list. Read off those
We're
questions that we got for us.
So we can kind of go with some of these as we go. We don't have to lay them all out right away, but we're going to start out with our general thoughts on the movie. We're going to jump into a little bit of a theme analysis and what we think of it, what the movie's trying to say, messaging wise, and all that. Try and wrap our little brains around that. Uh, we're going to talk about some of the performances, how it holds up, and then yeah, we have a few other talking points at the end that we're not going to spoil you on at the moment. Um, but
Stay
they are
tuned.
interesting. Yeah. So, what did you think about this? Just to, yeah, put it generally.
This movie felt a little bit longer than it needed to be, which is not a bad thing. It's definitely a slow burn of a movie. Because the first opening, 5 minutes is all show don't tell,
It's
which
like
I can really
it's kind of
appreciate in a movie.
it's like yeah, the first 5 to 8 minutes, or maybe a little longer, because it's all him pulling himself out of like the silver mine. It's kind of establishing the kind of guy he is, that he found this silver and he's gonna drag himself all the way across. Like oh, I forgot what it was. Like like rocks basically
Yeah.
to make this money. Um,
Let,
yeah,
let's
and then
let's
it flash
let's
forward.
step back for a moment. First and foremost, Orange Mango Movie Nights. This is a film we haven't seen before. We're aiming to do all films we haven't seen before, or at the very least that one of
Yeah,
us hasn't seen. But for the beginnings,
I
we're
think
starting
yeah.
with both of us. Can
Yep.
you give us a little synopsis about what There Will Be Blood is about?
It's about an oil baron basically that he loves money. He loves making money off of oil, and he'll do about anything he can to make money off of his oil. That's putting it a little generally, but that's literally
I think that's perfectly
what the
fine.
movie is about.
That's kind of what it is.
Um,
Our main
well, I
character
don't
is
know if
Daniel
oil baron.
Plainsfield,
He's a
yeah?
prospector. Yeah. Daniel Plainview. Yes.
Daniel
Yeah.
Plainview, not Field.
It's it's about California in the early. It's in California, early 1900s, late 1800s. Um, he he's the kind of guy that'll yeah he'll use his kid just to like present the image of being trustworthy. Like oh, she has a family man.
Yeah, let's kind of get
We can
on that
trust
really
him with our oil.
fast. We can trust him with our oil. I trust Daniel Plainview with my life. But in terms of my thoughts, I thought this movie was a phenomenal character study film. And for those of you who may not know what a character study film is, it's a film in which you focus really, really closely on one or two characters and really get to understand their psyche and their motivations. A great example of this, other than this movie, is The Lighthouse with Robert Pattinson and what call it, Willem Dafoe, right? I don't know if you've seen The Lighthouse before,
Yes,
but oh my god,
I have.
incredible
Yeah,
character
and
study.
typically this is the kind of movie that this director does make. Paul Thomas Anderson does movies that don't really specialize on like it's they're all character driven movies is how I'll put
Yeah.
it.
Like I've not seen I don't think
And
any other Paul Thomas Anderson movies, but I know you're a huge fan.
yes, yeah, I on occasion I will glaze PTA. Yeah, he's probably mm, kind of going through a phase, so I can't say if he's my favorite working director or not, but he's up there.
That's fair.
Um, yeah, it's I like this movie. I thought it was good. I thought it was a little slow, and I do agree the fact that it was a little bit some of the middle dragged. Um, the movie's redeemed in the third act entirely though. Like that's what makes the movie. Um, and I've it's interesting. I've seen the opinion that the third act is almost the weakest part, and I don't get that. Um, and honestly, even just bringing it up, I feel like I'm not gonna really spend the whole time rebuttaling an opinion that I
You
think
feel
few
is
people
wrong.
have. So yeah, it's when it comes to like the it's the ultimate tale of greed a little bit, in my opinion.
His greed
It's
sickens me.
yeah, it's the 98 Jordan of greed movies. It is that is it's kind of getting into a little bit of thematic analysis. Yeah, that's the theme. The theme is greed.
Yeah, I
And
want to
what would you
circle
do to
back
make a buck?
to yeah, what would you do to make a buck is a
Yeah,
very good question. I want to circle back to you mentioned his son earlier. The very beginning of the film that we were talking about a good chunk of minutes ago now, um, as we mentioned, is very show don't tell. We see Daniel Day Lewis, who's playing Daniel Plainview, not Plainsfield. Pardon me, it's been a week or two since we've seen the movie. Um, we see him mining for silver. We see what was it like a collapse in the cave, or he just gets stuck down there in his silver
no,
mine?
he breaks his leg.
Yeah, he breaks his leg and he physically drags himself out to sell his silver. And the next scene we see after that is a time skip.
And
Go
it's like
ahead.
he's got this big, well rehearsed speech. Something you can tell it's like he's practiced it. He's like it's interesting the tone shift from how it goes to it's quiet for the first little bit, and then it jumps into like a giant monologue. Um,
Well, hold on. There's also the bit in between that, between the silver and the monologue, in which he does not give, does not create a son, but he literally steals an orphan from the desert
oh yes,
to
yeah.
be his son.
Yes, it's a little absurd, but it's not something you'd put past someone that would do anything to make a buck. Um, yeah, it almost establishes the kind of shit that this character is willing to do. Um, and I don't think it's totally, I don't know, I don't think I got what he was doing in the moment.
No, I
Um,
definitely didn't either. It took me a little bit to kind of understand what was going on.
the same thing kind of happened with the twins. I didn't really realize they were twins. I was like, oh, is this the same guy? Is he just pretending like he didn't go up to Daniel Day Lewis or to Daniel Plainview to sell or to tell him, oh, there's oil on our farm, um, or on our ranch or whatever, by the church, and
Yeah, so
he
he goes and
go ahead.
we have it's Paul and Eli Sunday. Sunday is their last name. Paul approaches Daniel a little bit after we get our impetus of Daniel becoming this huge oil tycoon. And he tells Daniel that he'll sell him the location of a massive oil field, an oil ocean. I don't remember what the specific term is, but a giant oil
Yeah,
field. And I think it's only for like $1,000. So Daniel pays him in cash,
five
and
thousand.
5,000. Yeah, he pays him in cash, like right then and there. And Paul Sunday says, "Okay, it's on my family's ranch in all these areas." So the following day, Daniel goes out with his adopted son HW, and they're like, "Oh, we're hunting quails." I sure you hope you don't mind us hunting quails and our hospitality. And the Sunday family accommodates them. And the following day, after they find some oil just like welled up on the surface after an earthquake or something like that, um, Daniel tries to buy the land from the Sunday family. And Eli, who is Paul Dano, is the same with Paul, who is Paul Dano, um,
Hmm.
knows that the land is worth a bunch of money because the oil's on there. So Daniel tries to haggle for a really low price, but Eli won't budge, and that's kind of where we get to
Hmm.
the whole impetus and like the beginning behind their feud.
The whole
Which
meat and
Eli is a
potatoes of it. Yeah.
very yeah the meat and potatoes. That's a very good way to put it. Eli's a very religious person. He's a member of the Church of the Third Revelation, and I think that we
That's
can
just
kind of
crazy. Not
yeah
gonna lie.
we can kind of segue
That
into the thematic analysis from here if you want, because I think that's a pretty good jumping off point if we want to wrap up and
yeah.
kind of like
I
what your
think I think
actual what would you rate this film out of 5 stars?
8 out of 10. Oh,
Yeah, that
four out
works.
of 10.
That works for
Four
me
out of
too.
5. 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I said
Uh,
5 out of 5 because
I,
I'm pretty generous with the 5 out of 5s. You have to really fuck up a movie for me not to like it.
makes us, yeah. I think I'm also generally pretty generous. I don't know. I don't know if it's biased, but I've definitely been touched by his other works a little. This director, I've been like more connected and felt like, oh man, I just saw something that kind of changed my life a little bit by seeing some of these other movies. This one was just like, oh, I saw something really good. But I also like as I was watching it, did have like criticism of the movie, and I felt like the middle third dragged a little bit. Um, Especially like the stuff with this guy who's his brother or pretending to be his brother.
Yes,
Um, but I mean,
Henry Plainview, I think his name was.
yeah, and I also don't think it's any. It's like you can't put it past the guy that he just killed his brother either, which is something that I thought of during the movie. Um, because he's just saying, "Oh, your brother got like sick or whatever," and I was like, "Oh, he was talking about you," and yeah, I mean, it was good when I mean, the scenes were good with his brother still. Like, I liked when he sniffed him out and was like, "Do you even know what's by the farm or whatever?" It was. I don't know. It was good. I would give this 4 out of 5. It's not a movie that I think is like flawless, I would say. It's like it's shot really well. It's scored really well. It's relatively a tight script. The dialogue is snappy. It's not it's a PTA movie, and that's what he does. But um it's not my favorite thing he's done, is what I'd say. And it's not uh, yeah, we can get into how it lives up to the hype, but I'm not exactly on board with calling it like one of the like 5 best films of all time. Some people are calling it something like that, and
Yeah, I don't
I'm
think
not
it's
there.
there, but that's a fair analysis. Let's kind of circle back to the thematic analysis.
Hmm.
We started talking about how this is like the depiction of greed. And if we want to even call it the sin of greed, you could, because that bridges into our other thing of religion and what lengths people will go to for religion, right?
Yeah, that's the secondary theme of this movie. It's
I think it's
because
almost
honest
on an equal footing with
the
greed, honestly.
yeah, it's like I'm kind of looking at it from like it's the main. No, because it does have to do with. Yeah, no, I'd say it's closer to equal footing than the secondary theme, but yeah, I'd agree. It's it's yeah, what are people willing to say or do to have people follow almost? Because you see the kind of uh what was Eli? He was like the reverend or
Eli was the
the
reverend of
the
the Church of the
pastor.
Third Revelation.
Yeah, and he's fucking nuts.
Oh,
He
he's batshit
will
insane.
no, and he he's about as power hungry
as Daniel
as
is.
Daniel is.
But
And
he's hungry for
yeah,
a following rather than for material wealth. He's hungry for like the spiritual
at
power
least
and
at
for
least
people to
at,
bow at his
at
feet.
least until at least until the end. Because then I think
Yeah.
because I mean he comes up to Daniel in the end and he's like, I went broke.
Well, not even that. He goes,
And
"I've
he tries.
sinned." Like he's very clearly he hints at the fact that he's like buying prostitutes and spending all his money on alcohol. Like, and for someone who's supposedly very religious, he's certainly violating quite a few of the Ten Commandments.
Hmm. Yeah, it's and he's trying to sell him land that he already extracted the oil from.
Well, I don't think he knew
Um,
that, but you know, he's still trying to sell
no.
him that land because he thinks he has power over it.
Yeah, and then you can sense the tone shift when he's like, "Oh, I fucked here," and
I sucked your
I don't know.
milkshake. I drink your milkshake.
I would kill Paul Dano too, probably.
We
Um,
can get to that in the stand-up performances. I think on the topic of greed and religion, I think I think what this movie does is it shows not only the lengths that people will go to achieve these things, but also the price they pay when they go to those lengths. Like Paul's
it's a
adopted
good way to
son,
put
who
it.
he literally fucking yoinked out of the desert, HW, is standing on an oil fracker when an explosion happens, which deafens HW because he gets knocked onto his back and hits his head, right? And he's permanently deafened at the
He's,
age of like 9 or whatever. And that's
mhm.
because of Daniel, right?
Yeah,
Whether you
and
want to directly correlate that to Daniel's power hunger or his hunger for wealth, right? Or the fact that he let his son be up there is it's on
yeah,
Daniel.
I mean he's an oil prospector and he gives his son like this full autonomy, like, oh, you're my partner, you can be playing up there, or I don't know how to put that, but it's like he like
No,
I'm
that's a
not
pretty
saying it's
good way
like
to do it. I think full autonomy is a good way to
don't
put it.
don't like I'm not saying like your son should generally probably have some full autonomy, but it's like maybe don't let your son go on top of where you're fracking.
Yeah.
And he um he's trying to think of how to put this. It's I don't even know if that's like it's definitely closer to being indirect about like I'm almost willing to give him like some kind of benefit of the doubt about his son losing his hearing because it's still Daniel's fault. It's obviously Daniel's fault. But it's the way he behaves afterward that really makes it like disgusting. Um yeah, he's like getting mad at his son for resisting. Like, oh man, like he's like put on your clothes, but the kid doesn't want to put on his clothes or like he's getting mad at this deaf kid for being deaf, and
Yeah,
he refuses to accept the reality of it a little bit,
there's definitely
it's
that.
and then he ships him out. He like and he doesn't even ship him out like in a realist like in a decent like in a humane way. He abandoned his plan is to abandon him on the train.
Well, he sends him with his associate, but that's not much better.
No, but I mean he's still he doesn't even say bye.
I
Like
don't
he
think he
just
can
turns his
bring
back and walks
himself
away.
to. I think there's an element here of
That but that
the
I
fact
think
that he
that that's an
wants.
example of weakness.
Oh, I'm
That
not
that
going to
that's being a
disagree.
weak dad.
I
Yeah.
think that what we're there's also the portion where the reason he kind of sends HW away is because he thinks he's mentally unstable because HW reads the diary of the fake Henry Plainview, right? And
Yeah.
HW sets the house on fire to try to kill fake Henry because he wants to protect his dad. Um,
Yeah.
because he obviously can't communicate that to Daniel anymore, right? He can't verbalize that.
Yeah.
But Daniel thinks his son's gone completely insane. I'm not saying Daniel was correct in what he did. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm thinking. I think what Daniel was trying to do was protect his son, but he completely did it the wrong way and failed. right? And we see his regret
Yeah.
throughout the entire film, which kind of leads up to when he kills the fake Henry, right?
Yeah.
He's out on old man Bendy, whatever hell his name is, Bendy Dick.
Hmm.
He's on old man Bendy Dick's land and Bandry, that's it. He's on Bandry's land and he kills the fake Henry. And he awakens the next morning with Bandry over him. And he goes, I'll give you this land if you go confess your sins in church. And Daniel's like, I haven't sinned. And
Bandy.
then Bandy holds up the gun he used to kill his fake brother. And he's like, oh, you've sinned. I know what you've done. And in that church, Eli makes him not only
He
profess.
embarrasses him.
Yeah, Eli humiliates him in front of the entire town that Daniel is mining oil from because he makes him essentially say, I have sinned, Lord. I have abandoned my son.
I've abandoned my boy. I've
Yeah.
abandoned my child. Yeah.
I've abandoned my boy. Right? Like, it's that intense
Mm.
moment where we begin to see the line of what Paul is, or not Paul, what Daniel is willing to do to get his money and his actual guilt kind of like waver, right? Because I think there's a very strong case to be made for either point where he's pretending or he genuinely feels bad. Because the following scene is he literally brings HW back.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it almost my interpretation a little bit was that I don't think he had a choice. Because I think it's a worse look if he's saying all this and he is quote unquote redeemed
Mm-hmm.
by the Lord and he can't bring his son back. Because he's told this entire town that he's abandoned his kid. There's a I'm sure the town was probably like, "Where's HW? Where'd your
Yeah.
kid go?" But also like he's saying he abandoned him, and it's embarrassing if he wants to keep mining oil there and continue to like live there. He has to.
He has to save face, is
It's
what you're
another
saying.
yeah yes he has to save face, and it's another way to not let like he can't let Eli get power over him again.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a case to be made for that. I believe that Daniel truly does feel guilty and does not know how to show it in any way, shape, or form because he's so driven for greed. I think his thirst for money is so unrelenting that he physically cannot repent. And that is where we get our climax of our film in the last third part, right? HW comes in. HW has just gotten married in secret, or so he believes, to the youngest daughter of the Sundays, Mary Sunday.
To marry him, yeah.
And HW initially through his interpreter tells Daniel he is leaving to start his own oil fracking company. And
In
eventually,
Mexico.
yeah, in Mexico, and Daniel makes him verbalize the fact that he is leaving with Mary to get away from his dad. To which Daniel starts screaming at HW that HW is not his son. And
Yeah,
it's just
just disgusting.
it's kind of a
It's a
heartbreaking
disgusting
moment,
scene.
honestly.
It's a hard scene to watch. Yeah.
It's a very hard scene to watch. But I think that is the moment where Daniel finally loses it and lets go because he cannot bring himself to let go of his greed and his hatred for the Sundays and for religion. Because in his mind, his son has now become everything that he stands against, and he can't accept that. Because the following scene we have is Daniel laying fucking face down asleep in his bowling alley in his giant mansion, and Eli Sunday comes in to beg for money, and Daniel fucking brutally slaughters him. And
In a movie of pathetic moments, it's somehow the most pathetic moment for a single character in the movie. And I, I don't mean this to be rude, but Paul Dano is incredibly talented at playing pathetic. Um,
it's like Michael
uh,
Cera. It's not a bad thing. It's a
yeah, all
character
right.
type.
D- don't don't get on my boy like that.
Fair enough.
But no,
Michael Cera's
no,
come around with other roles, but his typical
no.
stereotype with
He's
young older roles.
he's got his role. He's got his bag for sure.
Dude, Phoenician Scheme,
He's kind of the.
he's pretty solid in that.
I have not seen that. Um, Yeah, I have not seen Phoenician Scheme. I haven't seen Wes Anderson since City. I didn't see Asteroid City
That's
actually.
I didn't see Asteroid City, but I saw Moonrise
French
Kingdom and
Dispatch is
Phoenician
overrated.
Scheme like 2 days apart on Netflix.
Moonrise Kingdom's good. I like that movie. It's a
Yeah.
little weird, but it's good.
Anyways, back to this film. In a movie of pathetic moments, Paul Dano coming to beg for money is the most pathetic. I 100% agree. It's because he's finally gone against everything he stood for and has come to beg Daniel for money and is brutally, brutally murdered by Daniel for even bothering to ask in the first place because Daniel finally has lost it. The last 2 words he says in the film are, "I'm done," right?
Yeah.
Like, I
Yep.
think that truly hits home the fact that Daniel just does not know how to come to terms with everything he's done and to pay the price that he needs to for greed.
Yeah. He's totally lost it by the end.
I think there's even an argument to say that he's just as pathetic as Eli Sunday in that scene.
Yes. No, it's the most pathetic scene in the movie.
Yeah.
It's two people whose patheticness is like bouncing off each other.
Does that mean
And
you
then
want to
at
move
the
to
end it's
stand-up
like
performances?
it's him sitting in a blood of patheticness.
Literally.
And and oh, I get it. There will be blood. But no, it's yeah, we can kind of hop into standout performances. I think that we made it clear our thoughts on the theme and kind of what the themes are.
let's talk. Let's
I'm
talk
sure we're the first people that have ever pointed out what this movie's about, guys.
naturally. Let's talk
Um,
Paul Dano before we talk Daniel Day Lewis.
uh,
Or would you rather go the
yeah,
other way around?
I think Paul Dano's the strongest performer in this movie.
I think you're right. I think you're right with one exception. I think Daniel Day Lewis's physical performance outdoes Paul Dano's. Simply because there's not a
Yeah, it's a lot
moment
more
that your
physical
suspension
acting.
of disbelief is broken that he's had a broken, disfigured leg the entire film. There's not one
Yeah,
moment where you feel the
that
the
has to,
gestures or
yeah,
the motions that Daniel Day Lewis makes are unnecessary to his character. Every single thing feels like it has its purpose.
yeah, absolutely. Daniel Day-Lewis is widely recognized as probably one of the best actors of all time, and I don't know if I have an opinion on that. I don't think I've seen enough of his work,
I've only seen
but
this film
also,
from him.
but at the same time, this is a really good performance, and I have to imagine it was a ginormous pain in the ass to deal with this guy in character of Daniel Plainview the whole time on set because he is method.
That's insane. I didn't know he was a
And
method actor.
yeah, he is. He's one of those guys.
That makes sense. I get it. I understand it.
But it's an incredible performance. But I think Paul Dano is not he doesn't carry this movie by any means, but he is able to be like it's like the one B in this movie. He's able to I don't know him when he he's like the right amount of like little freak to like counter Daniel's thing. Like when he's like him expelling the ghosts out of these people is I think among it might be the among the I've abandoned my boy and the I drank your milkshake scenes. I think that it's the best piece of acting in this movie. Um and yeah, I don't know. I understand very little about how someone yeah, I almost don't want to bring up like the stuff that happened recently with Quentin Tarantino like calling him out and saying oh, this movie would be one of the best of all time if they had somebody like not Paul Dano to play
Shut up, Tarantino.
the
You're just mad there's not
character.
feet in this
And
movie.
it's like yeah, no, and he's mad there's not enough black people to use the N word. Oh wait, no, he doesn't like when they say it. He's mad that there's no Quentin Tarantino cameo where he can say the N word.
Yeah.
Um, but
Pulp Fiction.
this is like still a good movie. Paul Dano's the standout performance for me. I like obviously Daniel Day Lewis won Best Actor for this movie. Um, he got kind of written apart that if he acts it like Daniel Day-Lewis can, it's gonna be a best lead actor in a performance type of role. It's a great part for Daniel Day-Lewis, and if like obviously it's clear he acted it like anybody or yeah whatever he acted a lot of this part, a great part that was written for him. So I think Paul Dano might have brought the most to the table with his performance for me. Like, I think that it's a unique character. It's it's I think it's the most interesting character in the movie. And I also do want to say a shout out for HW Plainfield because I think that that is a tough acting job for a little bit there.
Yeah.
Having to be deaf when yeah. What about your thoughts on this on these performances?
I mean, you kind of covered quite a bit of it. The one thing I want to highlight that I don't think you did was the very final scene where it's the monologue, or I guess the dialogue between Eli and Daniel, right? We have such an uninterrupted shot, such a long uninterrupted shot of Daniel talking to Eli about how the oil stuff works and how drainage works, right?
Yeah.
Drainage! I
Yep.
drink your milkshake. I take my straw and I drink it up. I drank your milkshake. Right? Like, I
Yeah.
think that's easily one. I think that single scene gives the movie the life it needed at the end to keep the intensity across the entire film. I think if
The
the movie
scene
had
makes the
ended,
movie.
I think if the movie had ended it any other way, I don't think it would have been as good. Just outright.
Yeah. That movie my opinion is that it was a 3-star movie until the last scene. For me. Like
That's
I
fair.
if it was like that's the difference. Um and see like yeah, it's yeah, that last scene is just like it's almost what someone would call like Oscar bait a little bit. But I'm not gonna lie, it's damn good Oscar bait. Like it is good acting, it's dialogue, it's physical acting, it's good set piece stuff. It's like I don't know. You can tell when somebody has of it like such a clear vision for how they want the end of their movie, how the scene to go, where it's like everything kind of fell into place perfectly here.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the shot composition of that scene too. The entire time we have
It doesn't cut.
Daniel. It does not cut. It's one uninterrupted shot. It's Daniel monologuing at Eli about the drainage, but on top of that, the camera angle we see Daniel is towering over Eli, even though he's hunched over, right?
Yes, it establishes the power dynamics through the lens of the camera.
We have the bowling alley where Eli goes and starts running down towards the bowling alley. Daniel Day Lewis picks up a fucking bowling ball and hits him in the shin with it. But the bowling ball hits a bucket and splashes the camera as it starts heading over, which is a beautiful shot. And then we have Eli going and running behind basically a symmetrical like bowling alley. And Daniel Day Lewis starts picking up wooden pins and hucking them at the wall and at Eli. And it takes the beautiful symmetry and the piece of the set and it completely ruins it. And I think that's beautiful in one way or another.
Yeah, for sure. I'm on the same page with you there. I will say, like, yeah, that is this guy's style. Like he is a master of composition.
I
And
believe
if
it.
you watch any of his other movies, you'll appreciate it just as much. It's his thing. This is still an elite movie when it comes to that. And the score is also something, just a quick shout out. It was really good. Johnny Greenwood. Can't say anything good about his political opinions, but he is the guitarist of Radiohead. So, shout out.
Fair
Kind
enough.
of.
Yeah, kind of.
Um
I was gonna say one shot that
uh
sticks with me is the shot of the fire coming out of the
yes,
oil
for sure.
fracture.
It's the shot of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the shot of the movie. For me, yeah, it's when it turns to see his face and he's covered in oil and you see the reflection of the flame on him.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that whole scene, beautiful. Um, like just pure masterclass in like as someone that has not taken film courses and doesn't know what good composition looks like, I'd like to think I kind of know it when I see it. That's great
That was it.
work.
As someone who's got a film minor, that's it. You're looking at it.
Oh, big man with his film minor over here.
Yep. What you
Oh,
gonna do
sorry.
about it? Do you think
Not
this
have a film
film
minor. That's what I'm gonna do about it.
true? You think this movie holds up?
Uh, yes, I think it can always be a relevant tale of greed and the cost of it. Yes, yes, it holds up.
Yeah.
Um, do you think
Uh,
so?
yeah. Oh my God, yes. The debate of greed and religion and the intersectionality between the two is a debate we will have until the heat death of the universe, especially now in modern America, and whether or not people use religion as a vehicle for power and greed or not.
We don't even say if we can say how they
When,
use
when
religion.
and how.
Yes, how and when they use religion as a vehicle to
Yeah.
obtain power. Um,
I
because
think,
hey,
yeah, go
if
for
Eli was around today, he's a Republican, and we can end it there.
it.
Um, he's running for some kind of like California Orange County Senate seat or something. I don't know. He's running as a Republican out
You
of
think Eli is
California.
Ronald Reagan?
No, I don't think no.
You think the oil
He's too
trickles down
weird.
for Eli?
No, but he's very like he's incredibly manipulative with his
Absolutely.
lust for power.
Here's the
And
thing too.
he's almost more manipulative than Daniel.
I think there's the one thing that we kind of glossed over in between thematic analysis and standout performances. Do you think Eli believes in what he's doing?
No shot.
I think he does.
I don't
I think he
You
thinks
think
he's a
so?
prophet of the Lord. I think there's no other way you can approach this film because if not, then there would have been absolutely no impact for Daniel to have made him proclaim that he is a false prophet, and Eli would have not have broken.
Okay. All right. You know what? Yeah, maybe I was a little quick to say that. Because then that last scene isn't as powerful.
The last scene doesn't even
And
make sense.
it doesn't make sense. Yeah,
Eli is
exactly. Okay.
100% grounded in what he is doing and truly believes he is the prophet of the third revelation, which is what makes it so much more
Which makes him
powerful
even
when fucking
and it
Daniel
makes him
shouts
even
he's the
more
third
nuts.
revelation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this movie holds
Um
up incredibly well. I
I think it'll hold up as long as fucking people continue to be greedy pigs,
yeah.
which will be until, like Alex said, the heat death of the universe. Um and hey, maybe that death of the universe will be brought on from something like that. Who's to say?
Probably. We're 24 years out from supposedly the death of the solar system, so
All
yeah.
right, way to make things sad, but yeah.
That's okay. That's
Um,
years to live, not hours. You have more than that. Um,
yeah, yeah,
do you think it lives up to
yeah,
the
it
hype?
raises a lot of questions,
It sure
but yeah,
does.
yes, no, it does not live up to the hype. To answer your question right
Yeah, the
there,
hype of
it does
being one
not.
of the greatest films of the 21st century, that is.
No, and I like it doesn't even live up to the hype of being PTA's magnum opus.
Mm. You think One
Um,
Battle After Another or Midsummer?
Midsummer's Ari Aster, Magnolia is what you're thinking of.
Yep, nope, you're
Um,
right.
uh, and um, so I haven't seen all of PTA's movies, and I know that there's still some good stuff that I haven't seen, but it's One Battle After Another is his most grounded piece of work, maybe next to this, but it's also has more character than this movie.
Hmm.
Um, the themes are a little more vague, not vague, but like they're a little less on the nose than this movie, but I think it's a good thing in a movie like this how on the nose the theme is. Because if the themes are like 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 you can't make this movie without it being like very in your face about what it is. Um, I think Boogie Nights is a good movie. It's just a little weird, but It's another one of his better movies. Obviously, it's his breakout movie. Um, I would recommend you watch that too. But Magnolia is simply my favorite. I think it was the hardest movie of all of his to pull off that I've seen. It's a character piece about like 12 different people, and it fleshes out every single character and it ties their stories together. Like it's tough. It's tough to do, and it's like I think that's a better movie of his. But I also just don't think like honestly that would have been a decent way to approach this conversation is try to think of other great movies of the 21st century. Because if we try and do it off the top of our head, we've seen this so recently, this is gonna jump to the top right away.
I don't.
Um,
Even having seen it recently, I still don't think it's like one of the greatest films of the 21st century. Maybe like top 100, I could see the case for. But
because
I'm also
yeah,
biased. That's the thing, right?
yeah,
Like
like
all of this is subjective. I don't think there's
I
an
think it's also
objective.
I think you can be
Oh, that's not true.
subjective, but you can also be you can say like does this movie hold more artistic integrity than Guardians of the Galaxy? I know you like Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah,
more as a movie. It means more to you. But is this movie more of an artistic piece and hold higher artistic value? And see that already, that sentence right there is kind of like that's totally subjective. Art is what in the eye of the beholder a
yeah.
little bit. Actually, entirely. Um,
I mean,
but
I
like to
think there
me,
are objective ways we can look at this too. Like, there are rules to making films or media, right? Like, I don't. Do you know what the 180 rule is?
no,
Okay, the
no.
180 rule is the rule in which we never will break the 180-degree line that your actors are on. Imagine we were watching that last scene where Daniel Day Lewis is talking to Paul Dano, telling him he drank his milkshake, and all of a sudden it cut, and Paul Dano was on the right side and Daniel Day Lewis was on the left side instead of them being on the opposite sides that they are correctly in the movie. That would be super fucking weird and disorienting, right?
Yeah, it's bad composition. It would
It's
just look
bad composition.
it's not it'd be on some Stranger Things shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but beyond that, it's about continuity. The 180 rule is stating that unless in explicit cases, you don't break that 180 rule. Your actors, to continue their continuity between shots and scenes, will maintain that 180 rule unless we physically like see them move, right? Like we're not going to be in a conversation here. Let's say you and I were sitting across from each other and we were filming this. We're not going to cut and suddenly we're swapped. That's bad composition. That's an objective fact, right?
It'd be funny composition, and if done right, it can be used for comedic purposes, I guess. But that's just
Absolutely.
like not what this movie is.
No, not at all. It doesn't fit the
Like,
genre.
like if we were sitting next to each other recording this episode, and then it cut, and then I was wearing your clothes in your seat, and you were wearing my clothes in my
That's
seat, that would be
comedy.
funny. Yeah. But that's not this movie's actually not funny, I think at all. I don't think that there's like a laugh in this movie. Which I don't think a good movie has to have a laugh,
No, it doesn't
but I
need
also think
one.
that PTA is an incredibly comedic writer. If you see his other movies, he
Mm.
is funny. Yeah, bro, you gotta one
I'll
battle
work on
came
it.
out last year.
I've got a
You
list.
gotta. I know, but I'm gonna keep pushing you to get that to the top of your list because, dude, it's good and yeah, it's good. I'd spend almost yeah, I'd do a whole episode on that movie too.
That's fair. I mean, hey,
Um,
I'm looking at Letterbox. I've seen 137 or 837 films. 830,
oh shit,
837. That's the numbers and
yeah,
words.
yeah, I've seen how many? What have I seen? Like I've logged 202. I don't think I've logged anywhere close to what I've seen.
I tried to
But
go
I'm
back and get it
also
as
I
accurate
don't
as I
know.
could.
Yeah, I just yeah, growing up with yeah, like a like divorced parents and when I visit my father, we just watch movies all weekend. So
Hey, man.
it's definitely tough to go back and log every single thing I saw in my childhood. Like, oh yeah, I saw Memento when I was 9.
Yeah, I sat down
Like,
and just kind of like
yeah.
scrolled for hours on like every film that existed on Letterbox, and I was like, I think I saw
And
this. I know I
but
saw
honestly,
this.
the way I think about it is sometimes I would like to
To
up
rewatch it.
yeah, it's like I saw this movie when I was 9. I kind of had an opinion on it. I was probably also playing with my Legos during this
Yeah.
movie too, you know. So there's yeah, short story short or long story short, I personally don't think it lives up to the hype of being one of the greatest films of the 21st century. I think it is within the movies about the themes of like movies about the central themes of this movie. It is one of the greatest stories when it comes to telling a story about greed.
Yeah.
Like if like this is a movie I would absolutely show my 14-year-old son, you know? And I'd be like, dude, you got to sit through it. I'm gonna make you sit through it.
That's
No,
fair.
get off your phone. Here, watch this movie.
Didn't know you had a 14-year-old son. What's
'Cause
his name?
yeah, dude, I'm not doxing my kid here. I had him when I was 7, bro.
Sorry,
Like, come
Vasco.
on. But yeah, uh, what do you think? So you said it doesn't live up to the hype either.
I think
Um,
maybe top
and
100
honestly,
of the 21st century, but I don't think it's like the greatest.
it's kind of widely considered like top 50 all time.
I
And
can't
I'm
get
not there.
behind that.
I'm not there. Okay,
It's
this is
still
a
up there
weird
though.
bar. Is this movie better than La La Land?
I don't know if I
This
can
is a
answer that because I don't
I think
remember the last 30 minutes of La La Land because the last time I saw La La Land was in
it's
high
not worth
school.
seeing the last 30 minutes of La La Land. It's fucking not worth it. I rewatched that movie. I kind of just needed to get this take off my chest. That's why I brought it up.
I figured as
A
much.
7 out of 10 movie.
I don't know. I remember
Um,
enjoying it. I like Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone and their
no,
energy.
dude, it's good. Their
They have good
chemistry's good.
chemistry.
Their chemistry. I saw a take. I forgot who this was by. Their chemistry is better in
Crazy Stupid
uh
Love.
yes, and I totally agree with that. Um, but that's neither here nor there. But I do
It's
think
a
that
good
this is
movie.
like one of the better movies of the 21st century. Um, I would say it's in the top. See, honestly, I think you might have seen more movies than me. I will say within the stuff I've seen, I think it's a top what 100 film of the 21st century, top 50 maybe, top
I can get
75, something
behind
like
top
that.
100th film and top 100 films in the 21st century. I'm perfectly
Yeah,
comfortable with that.
I could also totally understand somebody's argument for it being like a top 50 movie all time though. Because the story is pretty like airtight. It's concise. It's on theme. It's great acting. It's great cinematography. It's a great script.
I don't know if I can
It's
agree with concise. I wonder
uh,
if you asked
see like
PTA if
I
he
think
would
it's to the
cut any
point.
scene of the movie. Do you think he would say yes? Do you think
He
PTA would
probably
cut
sucks
any part of it
he
out?
sucks himself off too much, so no.
Ha!
No, he probably wouldn't. Um and I think that I see off the top of my head, I know that I feel like there's a shorter movie in there. But I also kind of agree with letting the auteurs be auteurs and like
Yeah.
express themselves. Like if this is the vision he had, I want to see the vision he had. I don't want to see the vision the studio made him cut time for, you know?
Yeah. Do you know what auteur theory is?
No, elaborate.
It's essentially just like the director behind a film is the author or the auteur. So they're the main creative, like they're the driving force behind a film rather than like
Hmm.
whatever studio, kind of like you were just saying, right?
Yeah,
And it's
and
kind of literally exactly that. Like when we saw auteur
directors
theory,
also
like not all
directors
directors are
have to fight
auteurs.
for final cut though. Directors have to fight to have their vision be made the way it wants to be made. Um,
Exactly.
because it's yeah, like PTA, I'm sure had to fight for one battle to come out the way it was in its entirety, because it's kind of close to a 3 hour movie, and it lost money. It lost money in theaters, but that's not gonna stop it from being one of I think that my 10 favorite movies ever. Um, like the studio is always gonna want the movie to make more money, even at the cost of it being a higher quality movie if it's longer. They don't care about how it's remembered in the moment. They care about the money it makes them from the box office.
Oh, absolutely. It's the same with like a publisher, right?
Yes, for sure. Um, Yeah, so I think we can both agree it relative to the hype, it doesn't hold up or it doesn't live up, but it also doesn't mean it's by any means not worthy of it, I think. Because I think like maybe it's not worthy of the hype. Maybe it's just a really good movie. It doesn't mean it doesn't I don't want it to take away from the movie, us saying it doesn't live up to it. Because it's still a really good movie. The next thing we've got here is does this movie make you interested or intrigued in seeing any of the other artists here at work? That's the first part of this question, and then the second part is how do you think it compares to any of these other artists' pieces of work?
If we've seen them, yeah, I would absolutely
So,
watch something with Daniel Day Lewis and Paul Dano. Da. The only thing I've seen
he's
with Paul Dano is the Batman, and he's pretty
mm,
fucking good in that. But he's literally just an incel if they had high tech.
mhm,
Which it kind of gets back to your point of like he plays pathetic characters,
yeah,
but he plays them
um,
well. I'd be down to
yes,
see either of their any other of their other works.
um, and I think it's I don't mean to like this kind of question answers itself. I think this movie obviously intrigues somebody in wanting to see more of PTA's work. Um, it's I don't know, seeing people be the masters of their craft. It's like it. I don't know. It gets me hot. I'm not gonna lie.
Huh.
Um,
Hey, at least you're honest.
it's it's knowing you're seeing somebody just it's like watching LeBron play basketball. It's like watching Shohei play baseball. It's like watching Alyssa Liu skate. It's like,
There.
oh whoa, I'm 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 watching like peak right now.
Yeah.
And you only want to see more of it. Um I would really recommend you work your way through some of Paul Thomas Anderson's films, and you're gonna connect to some of them. You're not gonna connect, probably not gonna connect to Boogie Nights. It's just about porn, but it's good. It's actually probably Mark Wahlberg's best acting performance.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg's
Um,
in that. That's crazy.
yeah. And he's renounced that movie now that he's like crazy religious, which honestly made me like the movie more. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this more. Um,
No, like I want to watch more
and
of
the
PTA's works. I wanted to watch some of them beforehand. This definitely gives me more impetus to do so, but like, oh my
mhm.
god, the time. I don't have the time.
Yeah, we only have the time once it's gone. Um,
I'm working on it though.
okay. And then how does it compare to their other work? So I think I can kind of take the reins on this one a little bit. Um, I feel like I've already kind of said my piece
You
on this.
got into it, but I'm sure there's
Yeah.
probably still more you want to say about it.
Um, it's my PTA ranked is Magnolia, then One Battle, then Boogie Nights, then probably this. But let me think. Let me look at what I've seen. I'm gonna go to his film catalog really quickly. Um, yeah, those are the only four I've seen, and I'm a fan of all of them. The reason I'm saying I'm going through a PTA phase, if you had the thought of like he's going through a PTA phase, he's only seen four of his movies. I watched One Battle like 5 times, so
You sure did.
that's not exactly like healthy, but it's that good.
If you're
It's
gonna, I
that
think
good.
there's nothing wrong with
If Sinners
supporting an
wins over
artist
One
like
Battle,
that.
I'm going to not bleep out whatever I said here. No, no, uh, no. But Sinners was good too, and it's just more of a popcorn flick. One Battle is more of like, holy fuck,
I
this is
gotta
like
see both of them
real. Oh,
still.
dude. Oh my god, you're gonna be fucking. The world's gonna end before you catch up to these movies. Um,
We'll get there.
but yeah, okay. So that I guess that answers that kind of a little bit as much as it can. Okay, this one's kind of an interesting one. So who would you recommend this movie to? And then the second part of this one is would you watch it with your mom?
um,
You can lead us off here.
who would I recommend this movie to? Here's the thing. I know so many people who have short attention spans or ADHD or don't like sitting
Same.
through super long films. Ah,
I'm not. This movie isn't like you have to be invested to want
you two
to
have to be
finish it.
invested. I feel like my film professor from college would be super invested in this film, right?
Your
Like
film professor's probably seen it.
he probably has. I'm sure I could snoop on his letter. I'm gonna snoop right now. I'm not gonna dox him, but I am gonna snoop while we do this conversation. Um, like I can absolutely see him watching this film and enjoying it. There's one of my coworkers too who is a big movie guy. Um, he likes to leave silly little reviews on every movie that he watches. Um, and like
Let's leave that in 2025, guys. The silly letterbox reviews. Come on, let's get serious.
no, but he watches
No,
movies like Hit Pig, and
Jesus
you
Christ.
know we have
Like the Guns Akimbo or something.
I actually like Guns Akimbo. That's my hot take.
I mean, yeah, I'd still watch it based on your recommendation. I was just tossing the first like nutty movie
Yeah.
I could think out there.
Like he watches nutty stuff, but there's also like Asteroid City's on there, No Hard Feelings, Nimona, like Mission Impossible, Joker, The Whale,
No hard feelings. What movie?
Jennifer Lawrence. I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things.
It's
I digress.
it's
I would recommend this movie to people who are willing to sit through a long movie and kind of analyze the details and sit in it for a moment without explicitly being told what's going on in the film, right?
hmm
Like I know a lot of people who want to be told what's going on and what the ending is. This movie is not for
I
them.
think that's
Would I watch this with my mom? No,
and
she would get up and leave and she would be confused and ask questions every 5 minutes. I love my mom, but she would not. This movie is not for her.
my mom would fall asleep. Um, yeah, I would also answer that with that. That's how my mom would fall asleep. She falls asleep during every movie, but she would for sure fall asleep during this one.
That's fair.
Um, n- None of my friends would like this movie. None of my other friends would like this movie. I'll put it like that. Uh, yeah, I like it's similar. I think what we're saying right now is a little bit more emblematic of society and like
I think so as
how
well.
it's like, oh damn, we really don't have that many people in our lives that would sit through like this like
This kind of movie.
artistic. Yeah. And that's probably in general not a great thing. Um because this is still a fucking great movie. It's a good ass movie. And I think that everybody could get a little piece out of this. And it's like the kind of movie I would show my kid, alleged kid. Um
We love you,
yeah.
Vasco.
But dude, what the fuck is his name? Where did this come from? Uh, so I guess you guys can find out now. That's the name of my kid. It's the Zigzagoon in the
Yep.
orange mango picture. That's my kid. Yep.
His name is Vasco, named for
Uh,
Vasco da Gama, because we are going around the world, baby. Even though Vasco da
do you
Gama
know
did
where that
not do
is?
that.
Or is that a place? Or is
Vasco
that a
da Gama
country?
was a person. He was a Portuguese explorer who opened up the spice trade between Portugal and
Oh
India.
my God, dude, I'm so sports brained. There's a soccer team named Vasco da Gama.
That's
Not in
upsetting.
Portugal. It's in Brazil. Um uh yeah, in Football Manager, I just bought a player from Vasco da Gama. That
Would you?
he, he ended up sucking. So no. Um,
Rewatchability factor, yay or nay?
e- uh, once every 15 years.
I would rewatch it if someone else asked me to, just because it's such a long
Yeah, but
film.
you're too nice. See, like
What
that,
are you
like
gonna do about
like
it?
I think rewatchability factor. Like, when would you want to come back to this movie? I'll say it like that.
That's a
Because
good
like
question because I feel like there's a lot of movies that I really enjoy, but I'm also like, once was good enough for
it's a lot.
now. I think like a decade from now when the details are fuzzy and I'm like, fuck, that was a good performance from Daniel Day Lewis, then I'd go back and watch it.
Yeah. Or it's like, yeah, no,
Oh,
for
hold on.
sure.
I'm
It's
gonna
like
take a moment
something
to talk
like
about a phenomenon really fast. Um,
go ahead.
as we both know, Rob Reiner and his wife were very unfortunately brutally murdered by their son,
Okay,
extremely
exactly. I
tragically.
was I was about to say it and do some knock on wood thing here, but I get where you're going here.
Yeah. Um, Absolutely fucking insane and horrible. Oh my god.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace. But when Rob Reiner
Lock that
passed,
fucker up. Lock
lit-
that fucker up.
get him help is what he needs.
Do both. Do both.
Yeah.
Try and do both.
When Rob Reiner passed, like literally every person I know went and rewatched a Rob Reiner movie, whether it was Stand By Me, Princess Bride, Spinal Tap, or something else. Like I think I saw
When
Princess
Harry
Bride
Met Sally.
that week like 3 times.
I think yeah, I saw When Harry Met Sally. I rewatched When Harry Met Sally. I
Oh
saw
god, that's such a good fucking movie.
it is. When Harry Met Sally, I saw Stand By Me and I cried like a little baby.
Yeah.
Um, and then Princess Bride. Oh my God, Princess Bride is such a classic.
Princess Bride is like top 10 films of all time.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father.
Have
Prepare
you
to
read the
die.
book?
Nope,
Okay.
I don't read.
Quick divergence about the book here. Um I've been reading it a little bit to my girlfriend here and there. Um just cuz that's a
Oh,
fun thing
he's
we get
got
to
a
do together.
girlfriend,
I
guys.
know. Um but she got her wisdom teeth out. So I was like I think it's fitting if I read The Princess Bride while she's recovering. Um the book is by William Goldman,
Hmm.
and it says on the front that it's adapted from S. Morgenstern. S. Morgenstern does not exist. The entire book is a book within a book. Like it's a complete fabrication of a book that doesn't exist within the frame of I'm translating this for my son because the entire actual S. Morgenstern book that doesn't exist is boring in the universe. It's brilliantly fascinating. Like
I did not know that.
the intro to the book is like 3 chapters of him talking as the author in a fake situation about S. Morgenstern and his son and how he orders this book that's been written in Florinese, which Florin is not a real place. But it's been written in Florinese and translated to English, and he searches multiple bookstores via phone call. And
So it's the ultimate fantasy tale.
yeah, it's bloody brilliant. It's a little dated. I
Okay,
won't
you're not
lie.
British.
Eat my shorts.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm
Got
American.
it. Right.
um, I recommend picking up a copy of Princess Bride. Anyways, I
Yeah.
digress. Insane.
Uh,
Back to the original
uh,
question. Rewatchability factor. If Daniel Day Lewis, if something happened to him, now you can knock on wood. I would rewatch
e-
this movie.
yeah, this would be the one you come back to for sure. Another one that I would suggest seeing if you want to see another Daniel Day-Lewis. It's also Paul Thomas Anderson. It's Phantom
Mm.
Thread. Um, but yeah, no. Daniel Day-Lewis doesn't really act anymore. So yeah, God forbid anything ever happens to him, this would be like a movie you'd revisit. And honestly, leave that knock in there, because for real,
Yeah.
no one's trying to manifest anything crazy over here. We're just talking about a phenomenon. And I don't think there's anything wrong with embracing somebody's art with respect to them passing away.
Yeah.
But we're also not terrible people and would not wish that on anybody.
Absolutely. There are people I would wish ill will on, but not to respect their art after they've gone. There are people I would
Yes.
wish
Okay.
ill will
That's
for
a
the
good way
sake
to
of
put
wishing
it.
ill will.
Because I could definitely say some crazy shit, but yeah, no, yeah, we can leave it at that. Okay, so all time, how does this fit into like your personal like your pantheon of movies? Does this fit into like the tier one of like the classics? Is this like my shit? Is this like how does this like where does this fit in that grand
uh,
scheme of like landscape of movies? Is this something that is just like is really good? You're not gonna revisit it that soon, but it's something that you're gonna like keep in mind, or is it something that'll probably just kind of fade away?
I think it's
I
more
don't know.
of. I think it's something that's.
Like
I don't think moving is the right word, but I think it's something that's powerful that's going to stick with you when you watch it, right?
mm-hmm. I'm in a similar boat when it comes to that.
Like especially
for
because you
sure.
can draw so many parallels between the film and it taking place in the early 20th century and now in the 21st century, right? I think there's just so many
Yeah.
parallels to where you can't help but feel just something kind of resonate with you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It just kind of sits heavily in your chest for this film, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
No. Yes. No, I totally get it. And I think it's something that hits hard. It hits strong, and it's like it's it's a movie that will like be on my mind, especially after I've seen it. Like I will say, I drank your milkshake for a little bit, especially while talking to you. I'm gonna make that joke every now
Probably
and
for
then.
more than a little bit if I had to guess, which is fine.
Yeah, and especially, dude, it's just the one. Oh, dude, he just writes fucking great dialogue. Um, Sorry, I don't mean to hop on and give it another ride, but like I will.
Dude, I want a fucking
Um,
milkshake now. God damn it.
uh, but yeah, like it's definitely not in like my personal top 20 or top 50, but it's like it's a piece of art that will sit with me for
Yeah.
sure. And honestly, the themes will sit with me more than the actual movie. Because when I know I just saw it, but like if I think of a movie about greed, this is the first thing I'm gonna think of for a while.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
So yeah, that's kind of where I sit with that. Where did you what you said you ranked this a 5 star?
I did.
What would your like yeah. Damn, bro, you're too generous then. If you're talking about like
I
because
mean,
you
I think
have
I think what you
obviously
were
the
trying to what
personal
you were about
rating.
to ask me was like what my criteria is for a 5-star movie.
Yeah, because you have a lot of stuff as a 5 star.
I do. I do.
Get
It's
it.
it's
You have like Deadpool and Wolverine as like a 5 star or some shit.
it's a feeling is what it is. It's a
I
feeling
don't
of
mean
like
I don't mean to call you out on your Deadpool
you
and
can call
Wolverine.
me out, I don't care. It's subjective. This is the entire point.
Yes.
Like
So I mean, yeah.
I think the criteria is it's just a feeling. And I can't really put it any more
What's
succinctly than that, right? It's
but
something
what's the
that
difference between the feeling of a 5 and 4?
the feeling of a 5 and 4, a 4-star movie, there's something about it that bugs me. I walk away from that movie and there's something I can't excuse, right? Like with this movie, with There Will Be Blood, I sat down and I walked away and I can excuse some of like the longer drawn out pacing because of the performances and the shot composition and the subject
And the
matter and how
payoff.
I felt walking away from it, right?
The last scene does a lot of heavy lifting, but it's like yes,
It does. It
that's but
absolutely
it's like
does.
but
But
it's
I
also
can
saying
still I
you
can still
can't take
excuse
away
it.
the last scene from the movie. Yeah.
Like that's
No.
kind of what I mean by that, right? Like I
Okay.
look at I don't
So
know, fucking
so
the
what's the
Naked
difference
Gun,
between a three
right?
star and yeah.
The new Naked Gun movie I gave a
Good.
4 because I walked away from that movie and I was like, well, it was good, but it doesn't like sit with me in a way that I'm like, ooh, that was enjoyable. Like I'm raving about this movie. It was just good.
Hmm.
And you said a 3 and a 4 star?
Well, I think that this is a 4 star movie.
No, you said what's the difference between a 3 and a 4 stars? What you were gonna
Yeah,
ask?
yeah, because personally for me, I'd like to think a 3 is like an average, pretty solid movie.
Yeah, for me a
Um,
3 is just it's fine.
like a 3, I was able to enjoy the 3, but there's like obviously some stuff wrong with it. A 4 is like this is pretty damn good, and I'm probably gonna see this again at some point. And I was a fan, and it's a movie I tell people I liked. A 3, I'd be like, it was okay. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but it was a solid time. Like, what was the last thing I rated it? Like I gave La La Land the last time I saw it. I gave it a 3.5. I updated my thing about it, and I was like, this is obviously not a 5 movie. That's what I had it as. That was me glazing it. Um,
I think the thing
but
is that there are still movies you can enjoy that are not, they don't
perfect.
rank those that high. Like the Minecraft movie is objectively one of the worst films I've ever seen. In terms of both like source material and also just writing and shot composition and everything. The entire first 20 minutes are an exposition dump from Jack Black and a voiceover, right? Like, objectively, it's not a good movie. I give it a half star, which is a 1 out of 10. But I like the movie. Now, would I watch that movie again on my own? Absolutely not. I would need to go watch that with friends to like make fun of that movie in order to go watch that movie again. But I like the Minecraft movie.
Happy Feet is wrong. Yeah.
The Minecraft movie is gayer than Brokeback Mountain.
Was it gayer than Top Gun?
It sure was.
I see. Like I was like kind of half asleep, but I still like I said, I try not to rate movies. Oh wait, I did not have this conversation with you. I try not to rate movies based on, but like especially if I see like 75% of the movie, I don't really want to rate it.
Yeah, no, you just the whole thing.
But sometimes a movie is bad enough, or I'm like, okay, I can kind of get my rating off here and log something here with this one.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I can give the Minecraft movie a 1 star and not feel bad that I only saw like 3/4 of it
Yeah,
or
the
two.
Minecraft, the Brokeback Mountain, phenomenal movie. Minecraft movie, horrendous, but
Okay,
ungodly
hold
funny
on.
to laugh at.
Brokeback Mountain, better or worse movie than There Will Be Blood?
Ooh.
I think it's a better movie.
Ah.
I think it's not composed as well,
I
but
think
I
I
think the
think
story is much more interesting.
I think narratively and I think
Society
narratively,
needs more movies
yes.
like Brokeback Mountain.
I think narratively, yes. Brokeback Mountain's a better movie. I think performance wise, it's pretty fucking close. It's pretty fucking close, and I can't decide. I think There
Who's
Will
the
Be
best
Blood wins
performer
out a
in
little
Brokeback
bit
Mountain?
better.
It's Gyllenhaal, right? Because what do we got here? We got Brokeback Mountain.
I I think
That
it's
movie made me
Gyllenhaal.
cry.
It's a good movie. We saw Brokeback Mountain together
That was an interesting to watch. That was an interesting movie to watch together with my
with your
dad.
dad.
um, but man, dude, that's just a sad movie. Oh my god.
It's a good movie too.
Shout out to all the people watching this that are gay, bro.
Yeah, man.
And if you're watching this, you probably are gay.
Yeah, man.
um, you know what? I think that that's a solid spot. We can end the first Orange Mango movie night. Shout out to all the gay fans we've got. Shout out to all the gay people in the world. Our hearts are with you in more ways than you would know. Um, yeah, all right. Thank you guys for joining this. I hope that the actual video doesn't end up being an hour 20 minutes like we've
It'll
recorded.
be pretty close.
But yeah, that will
Well, I was gonna say we got one
do
more
it for
thing.
this.
What are we watching
Yes,
for the
go ahead.
next Orange Mega movie night?
Alex, you got the movie. You laid on us.
I sure do. We are gonna watch Rental Family, which is a 2025 film starring Brendan Fraser. I'm halfway through this
Yeah.
one. Ben, it's gonna fucking kill you. Good luck.
Dude, I don't know. I'm not as emotional as you are.
You're not, but it's gonna get you. It's gonna get
All
you.
right,
It's gonna get you.
we will
I'm only
see.
halfway through the film. It's gonna get you.
Oh fuck. Okay. All right. Well, you
Lock
know
in,
what? We're
soldier.
gonna see, and you guys are gonna have to. Well, you don't have to, but ideally, you listen to us talk about that one
No,
too.
we're gonna find you.
All
We're gonna
right,
point your
guys.
phones at you and make you listen to this.
We're gonna tape your phones around your face, and we're gonna make you watch this video of us talking about a movie that you might have not seen.
Probably haven't
So,
seen.
yeah. Um, yeah. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Um, if you have any thoughts on this style of thing, let us know. We're curious. Because this is new and it's something I'd like to kind of keep doing, and it gives Alex and I another reason to to
fuck
record
around
some
and
shit.
find out.
So yeah. All right, guys. Peace out. Appreciate you guys watching this, and hasta luego.
Hasta luego.